instead of hitting them with a stick going, come on guys, do it. It's just like we can just change the game dynamic.
Yep.
And then the behaviors change.
You have that virtually is bananas. And to be able to game it, and I mean, which you made something dope. I'm going to be straight up. I would use that in a heartbeat.
You guys are looking at a lot of the data that like sales reps are generating inside of HubSpot when they're working their deals, closing their deals, running all their activities. And then you guys have this like gamification platform that you've built that then ties into this HubSpot data, and they're able to like, how does it like, where is it like redeeming gifts based on like credits that they're getting for different stuff that they're doing? Like, what are the mechanics of that thing in the background, just so people can understand like that platform a little bit more?
Yeah, for sure. So it's like the arcade. You can do two different reward mechanisms. Like the first one is you're collecting coins. You get coins for every activity that you complete, but the gamification engine, you can incentivize certain activities more than others, right? So you might get 55 coins for a call, but you might get 155 coins for a decision maker call as a custom outcome. And then you might get 500 coins for a meeting. So you're getting coins for every single activity, a bit of that mini dopamine every time it's happening. You're getting real-time notifications from the whole team so you can see exactly what's going on. But the whole game is really where you get good juicy cash is you've got to beat the clock. So every game is driven with a timer, a sprint timer, which could be like a month-long sprint, a week-long sprint, a blitz. And if you can beat a certain KPI activity before the timer runs out, you get big bonus multipliers. And then that's where you really start rocking up the leaderboard. So then just like the arcade, you go collect your 10,000 coins and you go redeem it for a Game Boy, or you go redeem it for a guitar or time off, or you can fully customize the reward store as well. So that's the OG version. And then we've also just launched Podium Finish. So
come on, man, that's dope.
Yeah, it's really fun. It's really fun because like
so if I'm a sales manager, sales director, and I'm looking for a way to either grease the skids or get my sales reps a little bit something else besides a commission to be like motivated to close deals, or maybe do some of these other activities that aren't like guaranteed to lead to commission but push deals in the right direction, they're able to set up like you guys have this like marketplace aspect to it where you can let people choose different prizes or whatever it may be that they have available to their reps in a store. And then they're able to say, hey, we set up these different games, which I really like because, you know, the idea of setting up different games is it could be time-based or like whatever it may be, where it's like, hey, we've got this like end of quarter push that we're doing, or we want to keep the momentum going into Q1 or whatever it may be, or do stuff at the beginning of the quarters differently than we do at the end of the quarters and incentivize people a little bit differently. You guys have this platform that you can set up all that stuff, but then the way people are actually like gaining this digital currency in order to trade it in for different stuff is all dependent on their performance inside of HubSpot.
Bingo, yeah. And
that is super cool.
We can geek out about the mechanics all day because like the leaders that really get it, like every leader starts with, I want my team to be doing more calls and booking more meetings. And then that's like that's the gateway. And then they get into it and they're like, oh man, we can use this for driving all sorts of behaviors. Like, this is really interesting. I really want my team to be sending more personalized videos, but they're always afraid to be doing it at scale. Man, what if I just dial that up and then have a mini sprint for a week? And then all of a sudden the team does like 150 personalized videos and the leader's like, okay, this is cool. Instead of hitting them with a stick going, come on guys, do it. It's just like we can just change the game dynamic. And then the behaviors change. And so super fun.
Yeah, it's the carrot and the carrot versus the stick. I mean, like my entire job, my first kind of real job as an adult was running marketing. And a part of that marketing, right, when people think about external marketing and how do I get people marketing, know what my business does, know what my business is, make them feel a certain way. But in reality, a lot of the things that you need to do, you need to market to the people that work at the company, market to the people that are inside the walls. Like getting a new website might be cool for people that aren't, but it may jazz up the sales team. Like, oh, I can't wait to send people a new website, and all this stuff. But like every month we had a huge theme, like pirates or casino, and we'd have to do is like 100 reps together, BDRs and SDRs, or like the AEs and biz dev. And it was all about like a big calendar, and I designed a move the ship over, and if you set 3 demos a day, you get a token and you get to do all of that. But it was like a lot of work. The day before the first of the month, we had to rip down like all the stuff from last month, put it all up this month. And now you have that virtually is bananas. And to be able to game it, and I mean, which you made something dope. I'm gonna be straight up. I would use that in a heartbeat if I had like a sales team, because it would just be fun, and I'd probably have more fun than the sales reps. But Yeah.
We got that feedback a lot, Dax, in terms of people hearing about the platform, hearing the concept behind it, and immediately with gamification, you get people interested. Like just that word gamification, people are naturally intrigued. I think it's a very human thing to be interested in games. It's just, that's cool. And so we had that feedback for years that people are like, yep, this is cool. This is a great idea. I see how that would work. And it wasn't until probably the last, would you say 9 months, Steve, that we went like all in on the big orange monster, all in on HubSpot.
Yeah.
That's when things really started to turn, Dax. That's when people were like, this went from being interesting to being like, whoa, this is quite effective, because our team aren't double handling anymore. And now not only are you motivating and driving my team to do more sales behaviors, but you're actually motivating and driving them to use their CRM a whole lot more. Which, as Steve said, is the bane of a lot of sales leaders' existence.
Yeah,
is
the
they
adoption.
Pay so much for, the adoption.
Yeah.
So we're coming at it from both sides now, which is really cool through specialization.
Yeah.
But like the fact that you have this inside of HubSpot makes my heart giggle.
That's great. Yeah.
And I think the really interesting thing about this too is when you think of a lot of the different things that are involved in sales, like the incentive to close deals is obvious. It's the commission. It's there, right? But is there a lot of incentive to adopt your CRM platform and actually use it, so the data's in there for the people who care about it, and you can drive the automation that you need to, right? But also at the same time, there's no incentive to just like practice the proper behaviors, right? And so I think it's like really interesting in that gamification is a lot more than, oh, you'll win prizes if you close deals. It's, well, I really only care about commission. Well, it's, no, like you'll be rewarded for good specific behaviors we're trying to work on as a team, whether it is adopting the CRM so we actually have a reason to use it beyond just satisfying our overlords that want to keep track of everything that we're doing and things like that. So I think the gamification stuff, like oftentimes I think people can hear that word and they really think of it as just one thing. And it's no, there's a lot of mechanics behind like why that really work in terms of what your goals are with your sales team around different behaviors you're trying to drive, different adoption of different tools that like you want to show them there's value in using it, but then you can give them that extra incentive to, hey, just at least try it out, because if you do, maybe you can go home with a new iPhone or something along those lines.
Dude,
right?
oh
like,
my gosh.
You know,